Is your panel quietly cruising past its expiration date? In this episode of Ask Your Local Electrician, we're going to be breaking down what makes a panel outdated and how that can impact your home's safety and efficiency. So welcome to Ask Your Local Electrician, where we answer real questions about real homeowners and their electrical system, saving you time and money. In this episode, number 3 of the series, Do I Need to Replace My Electrical Panel? Today's topic is outdated panels. So just like anything else in your home or your car, things just wear out. We know that. A panel's no different. A panel's outdated when it no longer can handle the demand of modern life. Even if it's still working, that is a common misconception. People will say, well, it's still working. We'll dig into that a little deeper. So manufacturers suggest, and this is across the board, a lifespan of roughly 30 years. And that's with suggested proper maintenance. Well, what is that? Are we doing proper maintenance? They're no fault of our own, just lack of education of certain things. No, none of us are doing education. None of us are doing maintenance, proper maintenance on them, torquing down the contacts and cleaning things up. So they kind of just are left to their own wear and fall apart a little bit. Older panels are designed for the usage of the time. Obviously, 1995 is 30 years. So if it's older than that, we weren't using EV chargers. We were using a lot more gas. Now everything's electric. Furnaces are electric. You don't see many gas ranges out there. Gas dryers, almost everything is electric. So just keeping up with the demands of modern life. Also, the nuts and bolts degradation. They just wear down, they just fall apart. I'm sure we've all seen the old screw type fuse panel. You touch them and pieces literally just fall apart with corrosion and everything else. So breakers don't trip properly. Those are magnets and springs inside. They literally just wear out. So even though they trip and you say, hey, it works, how long did that actually take to trip? That is a dangerous thing to worry about. We just want to make sure that they're working properly. So what are some warning signs? Here's 5 warning signs that your panel is outdated. Do the breakers trip frequently? That is a good sign that they're being overloaded. They're just not keeping up with today's demand. In the kitchen, you've got a blender, a crock pot, an Instapot, all kinds of pots. I don't even know. I don't do all that stuff, but I know they're used a lot. And we could easily be just overloading things, especially again with EV chargers and whatnot. So number 2, do your lights dim when you turn on appliances? Sometimes that can be okay if it's a large thing like an air conditioner, but honestly, if it's just a regular appliance and your lights are dimming on a regular basis, it might not be properly load managed and might need to be looked at. Is there not enough space in the panel? Obviously, again, we're talking about modern day usage. They just weren't using that much back then. That's a good sign that your panel might be outdated if it just doesn't have enough room for what you need. Number 4 is it warm or is it buzzing? These things are a good sign that the parts are breaking down. The heat buildup is actually a very common sign of usage. Things aren't working properly. It's kind of having to force everything through it. It gets kind of hot. It starts buzzing. Pieces are falling apart. That's a good sign that it may need updated. Number 5 is a real easy one. If it was installed before the 1990s, that's a very good sign that it's just outdated. Does that mean all old panels are bad and need replaced? Absolutely not. But it does mean it's a good time to get it looked at and find out what a professional says. Because even if it's working, it might be struggling a lot and causing a lot of wear on your appliances and everything else. So when do we replace it? What do we expect? If your panel's 30 years old or older and showing any signs that we just covered, it's a good time to get a licensed electrician to get out, look at it, do an assessment, and find out what the state is. Just get a proper evaluation. Again, not all panels that are old need replaced, but I would suggest they at least get looked at. If you found this episode helpful at all, please hit the like button and subscribe so we can get more of these out there to help everybody. If you have any questions about your panel, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I'd love to help. And as always, thanks for watching.